the entity flying right over me by helicopter. This is a blue and white helicopter. This is directed light underneath the amphitheater. This is audible activity, and this is group stalking by the government. There's a fake sun right here behind me. It is currently 4:46 p.m. Let me remind you of something. Minus daylight savings time, it is 3:46 p.m. where the entity is engaging in what is flying right over me, where the light source is over, it's right above my head. 3:46 p.m. the light source is remaining. First of all, what is different when I'm standing over there, sitting last week at what is 3:40 p.m. Let me be clear. The entity is maintaining what is a light source. You reference my documentation during this time where I'm at the Fontana Lewis Library, and the entity is keeping, and I'm referencing what is 3 around this time because this is daylight savings time, so it's 4:47 p.m. right now. My documentation remains relevant. We just set an hour ahead. So let me be clear. This is the fake sun that is in a different position than it is when I'm sitting over there. The fake sun is keeping it in alignment with me while I'm sitting over there last week. You're going to pay attention to that. And also February 27, 2020, when I'm documenting the minions that are S. Patty, who's going to federal prison pursuant to what is criminal summoning. That's why she's here monitoring me. And the entity is engaging in what is also keeping a fake sun, as you are also cognizant of what is indeed daylight savings time. The entity is stalking with a helicopter. That's, again, the ongoing big hint. The entity is stalking and engaged in surveillance. That's terrorism. The public entity itself, you're talking about the government actors, are going to federal prison. But in addition to that, this is 3:40 p.m. maintaining still alignment with me in the city of Ontario at one property. I went over to the Ovid Family Community Library today. I walked over to what is the Metro 102 apartments, and the fake sun was over the edge of the apartment building. That's the same apartment building, all right? And it's the opposite side on what is Plum, where the fake sun is right over my head as I'm walking out. The state keeping a fake sun as I walk to a Hort Boulevard on this angle, and the fake sun is remaining over me where I'm showing you the museum. This is the fake sun at what is 4:47, even 3:47. This is the maintenance of a light source, which is not possibly the sun. And that is the ongoing presence of what is engineer light. And let me be clear, the entity choosing to fly over by helicopter, not only because this is a demonic system, it is a show of hostility by a government that's engaging and it's being prosecuted for engaging in what is surveillance, which is unconstitutional and inhumane. The entity is also engaging in what is that conduct under what is the direct evidence, the scientific impossibility, this light source that's remaining over me, in addition to what is relevant to the same property where I'm getting up in the morning at the museum, which is documented. I purposely documented early in the morning. Even if you want to add an hour to what is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, you're talking about, if you want to add an hour to what is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. This is 4:45, 4:46, 4:47 in the afternoon. That has nothing to do with daylight savings time. This is an impossibility. And the entity doing so while I am actively publishing what is serving for the federal imprisonment of Ontario police officers and American Medical Response employees and those of the Ontario Fire Department, acting directly, monitoring with the people of the state who are engaging in what is stalking in the path. Understand the significance of that. They're an engineer light. The state is stalking by helicopter. They're stalking on behalf of that government. They are maintaining presence with communication devices under a fake sun that is remaining, by the way. Let me be clear, where I was this morning at the office of Valencia, one who was unfit to be in government, at that right beside 123 West Holt Boulevard, that is west of where the state's fake sun is right now to maintain presence over me. All right, understand that the state is keeping the fake sun over me. Where I was this morning at the Ontario Village, where the Stater Brothers is, that is west of where this fake sun is remaining over me. That is more west. And let me be clear, the state's fake sun has not gone anywhere. This is not the sun, and it is also not capable of being seen through the property of the roof of or the window of what is the Open Public Library. Okay, so I want to fit all that into that. Fit all of that into this video while the entity is flying over me by helicopter. It's a show of hostility. The government itself, they will be going to federal prison, including the demon that drove by, representing the demonic system that's underway by the Ontario police, who have no legal argument, who engage in what is foolish conduct. That's the state acting directly, and the same state flying over me by helicopter under what is not possibly the sun that remains over me while I'm subject to a demonic system of surveillance. This is P.O.C. and I will continue publishing my website, thepatternofconduct.com. thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com, where I am publishing my documentation right now, and that is speaking to the system that is underway while they are flying over my head. That is POC.